A lot of you guys already know that I'm going through a lot of gang stalking, a lot of targeting, and I just want to tell you the reason why you're being targeted. So
I feel it in my spirit that most of you guys that's watching it saying, well, I'm already established. But what happens then? Guess what? Those things are going to get taken from you. And guess what? You may have all the money in the bank, but there's going to be spirit guys around you that's going to make sure that comes out of your account. They're going to make sure you don't see those things in your account. They're going to make sure they flush everything in your account because those are the seeds you planted.
Alright, most wanted. So let's just get right into this video. So I'm a little sad and I was discouraged to do this video, but I said let me not let nobody discourage me with doing what I need to do, just getting on here giving advice to. Look, I'm gonna just say this real quick because I got a lot of people telling me that I'm trolling for Cash App coins, that I'm just doing this for my rap career. I'm not even rapping. I don't consider myself as a rapper, musician, artist. I'm here to just I guess. So I just want to give you guys advice because I see that there's so many other people that's going through this, and I just want you to know that we can get through this together, and that no matter what you're going through in your life, just don't be discouraged. Keep pushing, keep pushing. So a lot of you guys already know that I'm going through a lot of gang stalking, a lot of targeting, and I just want to tell you the reason why you're being targeted. So that's what this video is about. I just want to explain to you guys that. Let me see. I'm trying to get a good angle. So I just want to explain to you guys why you're being targeted, why so many people are going through gang stalking. And I know there's a lot of people that, I tried to get away from all of the noise and everything, and I'm right by just a lot of traffic, so I may get distracted. And this is like where I'm at. It's like a little path that people walk and they talk and stuff like that. So maybe a lot of people that may just come by because somebody just did and I had to stop the video. But the reason why you're being gang stalked, surveillance, monitored, and you may be in a situation like mine where you're homeless at the moment, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why you're homeless. So just stick with me on this video and I'm gonna tell you. So majority of the people that are being targeted are Native Americans, and you may say, oh my God, it makes so much sense. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of this traces back to our ancestral roots, way back when people started to notice that Native Americans had abilities, special abilities, and we'll talk about that on Balenciaga TV. So you guys go head over there on Balenciaga TV because I plan to just give you a more detailed video just that in dedication to my ancestors. But my ancestors, which are your ancestors, a lot of you guys aren't Native Americans, so you won't understand this, but we've been monitored for centuries. When we were discovered, and I'm not trying to get into details because I'm still researching, but what I do know is that once we were discovered to have these natural abilities, these healing abilities, there were people that wanted to, figure out why we ate the way we ate, why we lived the way we lived, why we talked the way we talked, and they wanted to just normalize the way we are. So we were monitored 24/7. We were surveillance 24/7. This is what's happening right now. So you got millions of others like myself that are being surveillance, and I got people walking by, but I'm gonna continue to talk because this is very important. If you don't know this, then you won't understand why these things are happening in your life. So it took me a while to figure this out. Like, I just thought that this had something to do with other stuff that I'm just not gonna get into detail with. Like, okay, so I think it was like a couple of years ago, I think maybe like 2, 3, 4 years, I don't know, a couple years ago, when I started to notice these things, right around the time when I did my ancestry DNA. When I did my ancestry DNA is when a lot of crazy stuff started to happen. And a lot of you guys may say, well, this is because of your YouTube channel. I got a lot of people that come on Balenciaga TV and tell me to stop making my videos, but what you guys don't understand is, like, this is a relief for me, like me doing YouTube, not just talking about this, because pretty soon I'm gonna stop talking about it. Once I get my message across, then I'm gonna stop, because I don't want to spend the rest of my life talking about this. So this is why I kind of detached this information from Balenciaga TV, because I got something else going on Balenciaga TV, and I just want to be myself. But when I figured this stuff out way before YouTube, is when a lot of crazy stuff started happening. I'm not saying that's when it started, because when I think back on it, I'm like puzzling things together. I'm like, okay, this was happening way before then. But I would say that I noticed right around the time when I did my ancestry, and I discovered a lot of things. Some things I already know. Some things, ancestry didn't tell me that I still to this day know. But that's when I discovered, because Granny always told me of her, native ancestry. She always told me that she was Cherokee, that her husband was, Seminole. Most of the things that they knew, they had to change. You know what I'm saying? They had to, like I said, it had to be normalized because most people didn't understand. So this is where the problem began, because there was some, natives that were rebellious of, normalizing who they was. They didn't want to change anything. So that's when the surveillance started. So you guys can research this stuff on your own. I'm not just making up stuff. Like a lot of people told me I'm making up a story about KENNEKA and all that. Out of respect for her family, her family's grieving. They probably want answers. Not probably, I know they want answers as much as we do. So I don't want to include myself in that community, and that's the main reason why I stopped talking about this young lady on this channel. And the only reason I brought it to my channel is because, I was just like most of you guys, get dreams. I was having like these, affirmations, and just a lot of things were happening, and I felt like she wanted me to talk about this. Like, people think that spirits, die and forget. No, they don't. So we're going to get detail on Balenciaga TV. You guys don't believe me, but one thing I do know, and I'm thankful to a lot of my subscribers that, just support me in the most, like I said, in the most precious way. And it made me realize I had somebody say something about Native Americans, and I'm like, you know what, let me just touch base, because I already knew this. So I want to tell you guys that's watching these videos, look, there's some of us that have abilities that you won't understand, because everybody don't share these same gifts. God gifted us all with gifts. We all have different ones. You may have some gifts that I don't. But one thing I do know, I have the gift of gab, and I do have, these sightings to where I get visions, I get affirmations, I get dreams. So I've been having these dreams, weird dreams, since I was a little girl. And I would dream of things that would happen, within a day or so, within an hour or so. And I would say to myself, like, oh, I had that dream. So, I would envision that. So I'm just sharing my gifts. So there's a lot of people that's going to be mad, angry about the fact that I'm speaking up, and I'm just, saying things they never heard of. And maybe the things they heard, they just thought it was a lifetime movie. So I'm here to tell you these things exist. So just being PG with what I'm telling you about gang stalking, that these things are happening to a majority of the Native Americans that are discovering themselves, that are discovering these abilities that they have. So there are people, not everybody in the government. So we're going to say that because there's wonderful people. I say that all the time, because people think that I'm just like this anti, government type person. That's not who I am, because I've met a lot of people that are, sweet and kind, and, they take heed in what they, listen, you have most people that have integrity, gratitude with everything they do. And this is why I always talk about, working jobs that you love to do. And we're going to talk about that on Balenciaga TV. But you have people in the government that love what they do, and they love helping people. So when they find out that there's corrupt things happening, they're going to investigate secretly and silently. And that's what's happening. I've had a couple people reach out to me, so I know that this is happening. So I'm just trying to keep my head high, and I'm here to tell you the same thing, so that when these things happen to you, you won't be so rebellious like our ancestors were. And it's a lot of things that our ancestors want us to know, and I'm here to tell you. So you guys want to get, just into detail, you go also follow me on my other channel, Jimmy Affirmations. So I'm about to post a message on there, because, I just feel like it needs to be said. So to all you guys who feel like I'm making up these stories, then you need to do more research. You need to get in touch with your intuitive side. You need to start to channel your own spirit, because you are a spirit and you're connected by a multitude of spirits. So when you come on here and tell me that I'm making up stories, it's only because of your beliefs, and I don't blame you, because you didn't have anyone to teach you. And I'm not going to say no one taught me, but I taught myself. I've had ancestors, I've had, family members that are still in this room that have told me things and not noticed what they said. So now let's take it to another level of gang stalking. So this is something that I recently found out. So this will help a lot of people with blaming others and, getting irate with others. And I used to think a long time ago that just people had it out for me, which this is true, but everybody doesn't. So once I realized that there's technology that's being used, like, you guys can research yourself. I'm not gonna just say too much. You guys research for yourself, so you don't feel like I'm just making you or inverting you to believe what I believe. No, it's gonna come to you. And I made a video about when you know that you're spiritual and when you're ready. I don't even think I posted that video because like I wasn't prepared, and I want to represent my family better. And sometimes I would get on a video and just just be so crazy. Even though we're all crazy in our own way, I just don't want to represent my people in that way. So I think that's the reason why I didn't post that video, because I was just like all over the place with it. So I wanted to give you a more detailed, more professional, more calm video. Like right now I want to cry because there's a lot of like other stuff like just going on, but I just like don't want to do that. So that's the reason I didn't post that video. But like I said, I'm not trying to invert anyone into believing what I believe, or just just moving the way I move, or just doing the things that I do, speaking the way I speak. So that's why I said you guys do your own research. You gotta gain your own knowledge. You can't go off of nobody else's word, not even mine. You have to go based off your own intuition, because you are a spirit yourself, and you're gonna get these affirmations. You're gonna get these intuitive leads on your own. So you can't have nobody else debunk what you know. And this is all I'm saying. So just a lot of people just don't understand, and they may say whatever they want to say. That's fine, boo. But like I said, you can't take anyone else's word except yours, because like I said, you have your own spirit. You are a spirit, so you're gonna have these intuitive leads on your own, and that's just point blank period. So I'm gonna take it to where I was just distracted a minute ago, because we had a bunch of people just walk by, and I just didn't want to say certain things to be, and just more people coming. So I'm just going to say this real quick until I'm able to say what I want to say. Listen, you gotta uplift others, right? If you notice that someone's going through something, you don't bully them, you don't belittle them, you don't want to be shallow with saying things. Sorry guys,
You're fine.
but you guys don't want to just belittle people into just because you don't feel a certain way they feel. You gotta uplift others. You gotta be there for one another. You can't just beat someone down and pull them down when they're down. You gotta uplift them. And then I'm saying this about a lot of you guys that come on here and try to make me feel bad, to make me stop talking about what I'm talking about. I got a lot of text messages today, a lot of messages from Messenger, a lot of emails from people. Like I said, the good way out, the bad. But I have a lot of people on a daily basis try to make me feel bad, say bad things to me, like, oh, you look like Young Thug, or you're doing this for your rap career, or get your teeth fixed, stuff like that, to make me feel depressed. So I won't get on here and just recite my messages. So I said that just the detour, because I don't want to say certain things around people, and I'm gonna stop doing a lot that I do online, and I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do it silently, because I'm not trying to scare people off. I've scared a lot of people off in my life, just being who I am, being knowledgeable, and just sharing my wisdom. So this is gonna take it to you in a different way. But what I wanted to say was that I learned that there's technology being used, and you may take this out on someone and they don't even know that they have technology being used against them. So when people do things to you and say things, so it really cross-references with what I just said. When you hear people say negative things to you, when you see people, just pulling you down, just pray for them, and you're gonna just let them know that they hurt you, instead of just showing them. It's different ways, and I'm gonna talk about that on Balenciaga TV, because we're spiritual over there. So I'm gonna let you know more detail what that does when you bring somebody down. So before, when I first started finding out about this stuff, I probably would have turned around and said something to the guy that just went up. I'm not going to even repeat what he just said, but when people do things like that, you pray for them, because God see you, his angels around him, which are your ancestors, spirit, they see everything. So you pray for people, and when they notice that you're being sweet and kind to them, because they want you to love your neighbors, when you do that, they're going to bless you. So I noticed that. So I'm just sharing my wisdom with you guys, so that you guys can live better. You guys won't just knock yourself off your plateau, so you won't renege your blessings in a way. Because that's what you do when you repay evil for evil. It's like repaying evil for evil. When somebody does something evil to you, and you react and not trust the spirit to help you, it's like they're going to tell you, look, you can handle it yourself, because I showed you and I told you I got you. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. I'm just going to close this video off. I told you guys right now, a lot of you guys are new to my channel. You're not following me on Balenciaga TV, so go ahead over there. But you guys, most of you guys are, and you know that I'm homeless right now. I'm in the shelter. I've been homeless for a whole entire year right now. And a lot of people, they talk down on me when they see that I keep myself up, that I try to fix myself up as much as I can, because I was always raised by my family members, because my mom had a lot of help from her brothers and sisters, because that's how my grandmother raised them. And even though she was a single mother, they all raised us to be, the best that we could be, meaning to when you step out and look nice. My grandmother was big on that. So I like to keep myself up even though I'm homeless, and a lot of people troll me and tell me, well, you trying to flex, you ain't got this, you poor, you broke. But I'm just because I'm homeless don't mean that I have to look homeless. That's and that's another reason why I'm combing my locks out. I want to just do them neater, because a lot of people judge me based on my looks. They're very shallow until they get to meet me and until they get to have a conversation with me, and they're like, you're nothing like you look. So like I said, I'm gonna post more on Feliciaga's life when I move, so that I can just be myself without people saying that I'm high, without people saying, this is my character. My whole entire family, we're characteristic, and we have a great personality. So a lot of people may misjudge me. So I'm gonna wait till I move though. But for as far as Jimmy affirmations, most wanted, I'm just gonna try to post as much as I can, and I'm off for a while until I just get into a vehicle. Like, I have a wonderful job right now, and they're working with me. I hate to say that, because when I talk about stuff online, it just gets sabotaged, but hopefully that does it, because it's not gonna make me rebellious like I used to be. Like I said, I'm a new me, and I'm just like trying not to be as selfish as I was, and think about my family and everybody that loved me, because a lot of people walked out on me. And I'm not talking about my family, just some friends and just a couple associates. They stopped talking to me because of what I'm talking about online. Most people think I'm doing this just for views. Most people, because I have people who text me on the daily and say, well, they'll share the video and say, was this just for YouTube? And I'm like, no, because I'm not getting residual income at this moment from YouTube. So I'm not, like, I don't have anything to gain from this, from doing. I'm just trying to share my gift with you. This is what God wants me to do. So I really would appreciate if you guys would see me for that. And if you don't, then that's you. Like I said, a lot of people are being, obedient to just share messages with me instead of just like bringing me down. I really, really appreciate that. So I want to say that right now. Just stop right here, tell you guys, don't start with me. Continue to be a blessing to someone else other than myself, because it may boomerang in your life and future generations to come. And you already know what that means. It means your children's children's, your ancestors that are roaming around you that need your help to pass over. So I need you to head over to Jimmy Affirmations right now, and I'm gonna give you a nice spiritual message that you guys need. So if you watching this video, you need to hear the message. So I'm just trying to help. So that's all. Don't shoot the messenger. So until next time.